Hey y'all, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make this vlog or this video, and I'm actually still not sure if I will, but I decided to make it just in case I want to post it. So as y'all can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to Ring of Honor. I think I made one of these before, but not on this channel. I don't even know I don't watch Ring of Honor. I haven't in years. I probably went to one of these not that long ago, like a couple years ago, but I have no clue anything that's going on in this company. I was looking at the people, and like the only person I know that's going to be here is Marty Scurll, and I don't barely know him that much. He was there one event where I came, and I was like, oh my God, who is this? Like, me and my cousin, my sister was like, oh my God, who is he? The villain? Woo, woo. Like, I loved his music and stuff. So then, like, I saw more of him, and like, I just love his character. So like, he the only one I really know that's going to be here. I don't know anybody. I'm just going here because it's Ring of Honor and it's wrestling. I'm going. It's in my city, so I'm going. And yeah, I hope this is a good show. I hope it's a good show. I'm going by myself too. So, and it's an autograph signing. I think if it's an ATM in here in this place, I will get Marty Scurll's autograph and picture. Well, his 8x10 or whatever. I want, because he's the only person I know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some other people. Oh, Matt Taven. I know Matt Taven, but back when I was watching Ring of Honor, Matt Taven was like, I mean, he was in the House of Truth, and I love House of Truth, but he wasn't like nowhere near. I heard he's the world champion, but then again, Dalton Castle was world champion. When I was watching wrestling, Dalton Castle could wrestle. I just didn't like his character. That's the only thing. And he was over with other people liking his character. I just didn't like it. I didn't see him as a world champion, but like, a lot of stuff didn't happen since I stopped watching. I heard that Cody, well, I know Cody was, but I heard that Kyle O'Reilly was world champion. I really want to see that. But yeah, this is going to be my video for this. I don't know what the name of this event is or anything like that, but yeah, I'm about to go in and yeah, just keep vlogging and hope y'all enjoy the rest of this video. I must admit, I can kind of tell that Ring of Honor is not as popular as it used to be, because when I used to go to shows, there used to be like fans everywhere. And when I was just sitting inside the car, only like people went inside this building, like a group every 3 minutes or every 5 minutes or maybe even every 10 minutes. And it, like, nobody's standing outside. It's like nobody. So.
Cheap out. We don't want it. Throw that trash on the ground. Don't drink that. More of a wine guy.
This match is Central and Ball. Introducing first, wrestling out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Weighing 189 pounds, Street Time!
unless you give me what I want.
Lifeblood. This is a triple threat match. And it is one ball. Participant number one, wrestling out of Brooklyn, New York, weighing 199 pounds, is representing One Blood Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams. Participant number two is accompanied by Amy Rose, wrestling out of Las Vegas, Florida, weighing 235 pounds, Kenny King. Participant number three, wrestling out of Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing 263 pounds, Jim Todd.
Oh my gosh!
Team number one, first, wrestling out of Honolulu Island, weighing 218 pounds, Dalton Castle. greatest tag team name of all time. This is Joe Hendry and Friends. Joe Hendry and Friends, featuring Joe Hendry and some guy. Joe Hendry and Friends, featuring Joe Hendry and the Pigeon Man. Their world's most entertaining tag team. Weighing 220 pounds, the prestigious one, Joe Hendry. The opponents, first, wrestling out of Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 175 pounds, the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham. Wrestling out of Elizabeth, New Jersey, weighing 215 pounds,
Come on!
Here, Brody.
This tag team match is several recall. Team number one, at a combined weight of 430. Me llamo es Alejandro. That's Spanish.
Sandy Ford, my God, Delaware. Man up.
Sandy Ford, Delaware, weighing 231 pounds. He is an 11-time and current co-holder of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship, Jay Briscoe.
Too easy. Too easy. Slap his ass. That's it.
lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. I just made a video explaining my whole experience at War of the War, it's not called War of the World, so I was just looking at the DVD that I got. But it's the tour for War of the Wars or something. I can't say it, but it's their tour for some pay-per-view they got coming up. And it was over 20 minutes long, and I still have more to say. Now, my phone doesn't have enough space because I'm also inside of a hotel vlogging that. So I need to delete some stuff, because even if I was able to delete a few things and get the rest of my video out, I wouldn't be able to even post it because iMovie wouldn't be able to save it. So I came to the conclusion that I talk too much. So I'm just going to tell y'all about, because I went in detail about every match and everything. Just a few things. So Roosh, didn't know who he was, loved him, big fan of his now. Now I'm going to talk about who I met. So before the show, everyone's line was super short, including Matt Taven's. I don't think he should be world champion, but that's just me. Marty Scurll had the longest line. Everybody else had like one person. Like they would have one person and maybe a person behind them. Marty Scurll's line was at the back wall. Met him, he was super nice. Probably the second nicest person I met in wrestling. Number one is the Briscoes, which will be no surprise to anybody who's met the Briscoes because they're super duper nice. Marty Scurll, if I can remember our conversation, he said, "Hey, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming out." And I didn't know he had an accent. I didn't know he was from somewhere else. I don't know much about him. I wish he had on all his gear, but he just had on regular clothes, it looked like. I don't remember everything he said. I do know that I said to him, one thing about Marty Scurll, though, that it was surprising. I'm not saying that this is like a bad thing, but it's, out of every wrestler I ever met, well, except the one, well, I've paid to meet them, he was the only person to never ask me for my name. Like, as soon as I walked up, he started talking. He never let it be a dry moment, but he just started signing the 8x10. He was signing for a long time. I wish I had it with me, but y'all will see it in this video. I don't know what he was writing, but he never asked for my name ever inside the whole like exchange. I had told him I was a big fan of his and I loved his matches with Will Ospreay. I mentioned that I don't know how him and Will don't kill themselves with the stuff they do in the ring, and he said, "We do, that's the problem." He said, "Well, we do, that's the problem," or something like that. Well, no, he said, "We do, that's the problem," and we started laughing. But I also told him I liked his finisher, and he said, "Which one?" And I honestly, I haven't seen much of Marty Scurll. I only know the chicken wing. So, like, before I could even answer, because I was not expecting that, he said, "Chicken wing?" I said, yep, that one. And he said, "That's pretty badass, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah." Yeah, and he kept talking. He never let it be a dry moment. So he was really, really nice. He said, "Can we get a picture, mate?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, I said, "Can I please?" or something like that. I don't know. But he was really nice, really cool. I told him I liked his ring gear. I told him to enjoy his time in Michigan. He asked me where am I from. He actually asked that, but I never answered. It was one of those things where y'all say something at the same time. So he said, "Where are you from?" And I had said that I loved his finisher. And he answered my question before I answered his. And then, like, I never even realized that I never answered this question. That's about it. So then after the show, I wanted to meet Angelina Love. And I mentioned this in my last video, but $40 to meet Angelina Love, I just don't think it was worth it, honestly. And I barely think $30 is worth it. But because when I first went to my first Ring of Honor show, it was $10. $10 to meet everybody. I met Jay Lethal. I met Kevin Steen. Didn't really know anything about Kevin Steen except that he was a big deal in the Indies. But I met him at the time. $10. $10. Now it's like $30 and they wanted $40 for Angelina Love. That's way too much. Like for a maybe 2-minute conversation, 90 seconds. Some people be up there for 30 seconds. Get a picture and 8x10. I don't want anybody commenting here and saying, "Oh, well, that's how they make their money." No, they're fine, first of all. And $30 to meet somebody. And I know, like, other celebrities, a lot more, but, like, we're at Ring of Honor. It's like, Ring of Honor is kind of the Indies. And I can tell this is declining a lot because not a lot of people were there on the outside. Like when I used to go, there would be like people all out. Like when I went in 2014 and 15, it was a ton of people. 13, it was a ton of people outside, like waiting to get in. Those lines were like super long and stuff like that. I just didn't think it was worth it. So based on the merch, they didn't have a lot of DVDs this time. Like, Jesus Christ, is this company really, like, I was gonna say, is it really declining that much that they don't even have DVDs? But I wanted to read the back. That's usually how I pick what DVD I'm gonna get, but like I didn't have a lot of time because people were so like, there was a lot of people inside the line and people were just like standing at the table. So I was considerate to the people behind me. So I ended up getting this, and the only reason why I got this, I really didn't, honestly, I didn't want to get any DVD that had Matt Taven as the world champion because, or really anything from this year, really, because the only reason why I got this is because it was $15. And to me, this was the best deal that you can get. $15 for a 4-disc set, and it's a pay-per-view disc. Pay-per-view set. If I was into what I'm about to say, I could do it. Like, I could take this and sell this on eBay or Amazon for like 3 times the amount I bought it for. Because I went on eBay to see how much this actually was, and online you can get it for 25. That's the lowest I can see it. I see it for 25. Even on the Ring of Honor website, I think it's 35 or something like that. This is the best deal, so that's why I got it. It's like 4, and I'm looking at the matches on the back, and I really look for the name. Oh my god. This is my first time seeing this one with Jay Lethal versus Jeff Cobb versus PCO versus Roosh. By the way, who's PCO? I mentioned this in my last video, like PCO. He was so over inside his match. And I just thought, like, who's this old guy? But he won me over because he was moving slow in the match. And I didn't understand why he was so over. People was chanting his name the whole time. And everybody did their dives, and then he got to the top rope like backwards, like he was gonna do a moonsault. And I just thought, okay, this happens all the time, somebody go knock him down. But no, this guy who was moving slow the whole match, who looked like he was twice everybody's age, did a moonsault from the top rope to the outside of the ring. Won me over at that point. So I really want to see that match. But the names I really look for is Jay Lethal and Marty Scurll, because yeah, to be honest, buying this, it's not that many matches on here that I would actually be excited to see, if I'm 100% honest. I wish Matt Taven would have never won the world title. Even though I don't watch Ring of Honor, he's got to be the worst name to never win that title, right? This is just my opinion. But after the show, so like I said, I didn't think it was worth it to meet Angelina Love based on that money, based on that price. I said I can meet her after the show. After the show, I have to say, Angelina was not, and it's a shame that I had to say this, but when wrestlers would come out and they would talk, even the ones that were in a rush, like Roosh was in a rush and it was obvious, but he did stop and take pictures and shake hands and like talk. Well, he didn't talk. I will get to that in a second. But Angelina Love, when she came out, it's like she was like tunnel vision straight and just with her bag and walked right out. Like with all these fans around, people saying how like she walked. Like if Silas Young did that, I wouldn't think anything of it. But Angelina, like, I get you a heel, but we come on now. It's like she didn't want to be bothered at all. And I don't know, I just didn't like it that much. But the TV champion was really nice. He talked to people. The Ring of Honor women's champion was super nice. Women of Honor champ, she was super nice. She talked to some group of people for like 20 minutes. So did the television champion. They talked for a long time. Jay Briscoe talked to everybody. And let me tell you something. Jay Briscoe, when we took our picture, which y'all will see, he put his arm around me and he was the main event. And this happened with Mark too. Mark and Jay both did this to me when I met them. When I met Jay, he put his arm around me and my shoulder was wet, like soaking wet for the rest of my whole drive, my 20-minute drive home. It was like soaking wet and gross. But he was just super nice. Who else did I meet? I met Roosh. Now, something about Roosh, who I don't really know about. I don't know anything about him, but he was super good. I liked him inside the match, or inside the show. When he came out, and he was clearly Russian, and he would wave, smile. Well, he wouldn't smile, but he would, you know, do all this. He didn't talk. And I realized that afterwards. Like, when people would ask him for a picture, he would pose for it, do his thing, but he never talked, ever. Even when people would say, nice match, leg just showing. Somebody said, can't wait for you to get tired. He's like he never talked. Does he speak English? I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know him. But he never talked the whole time. But he took pictures, and you could tell that he was rushing trying to get out. But if somebody said something to him, he did stop. And literally, if somebody just said hi, he would be like, and then just go for the picture. Like, didn't even ask. But you can tell that he would, like, that's why I say he's a nice guy. Silas Young, when he was walking, I was expecting him to just not take pictures. But he actually did. He had his little ugly face on, and he would just go. It was so funny because Silas Young, he stays in that character, but he took pictures. He ain't denied nobody a picture. I will say that. Who else did I meet? If I met anybody else, y'all will see it on screen. I don't remember if I met anyone else. But I really liked that I met Jay Briscoe. He was super nice. But that's it, y'all. I gotta get off the screen because if I want this video to go up, it has to be short. And I'm already halfway to where it was before. Sorry, y'all.